Hey y'all, hey. So, 'twas the night before chemo, and I'm ready. So, my grandmother asked me today, she said, "Are you nervous about tomorrow?" Never stopped what I was doing. I said, "No," because I'm not. My thought process with this throughout this whole journey is, after surgery, we all know I was having an anxiety before surgery. But after surgery, my whole thought process has just been, instead of just over analyzing everything and just overthinking everything and just trying to see, like, what's the outcome going to be? What's this going to be like? Just living in the moment. I don't know what chemo going to feel like. I never had chemo before. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just ready to get to it. Because again, the faster I get to it and get through it, the faster I get on the other side of this. And understanding that when you're cancer free, you're not cancer free. Like, you're not finished with doctor's appointments and dealing with, after effects and all of that. But all of that, all of that's going to be there. I'm just ready. So let me tell y'all, let's get into the meat of this video. What we're talking about today, T, right? So let me tell y'all the dilemma that I'm having. So the type of chemo that I am getting is TC. And I can't remember what the T stand for. And I think I know, but I don't want to say it. And I don't have my papers in front of me, and I'm not going to go get them and all of that. But we'll talk about it in the next video. I tell y'all what the T stands for in the next video that I do, because I'm going to do a follow-up after chemo tomorrow. But y'all, so when I was in the doctor's appointment, of course, she was telling me, like, with this, you're going to lose your hair. So I was like, okay, because I've been debating on what I'm going to do with my hair. And for those that know me in real life and those who follow me on social media, I am the type of person, I will grow my hair out long. I will cut it short, fade, tight curls. It doesn't matter. Like, hair is hair to me. When I started my lock journey, one of the things that people who already have locks shared with me was that, your lock journey is different. It's different from any hair growth journey that you've ever experienced. Especially if you incorporate like that spirituality, it's just different. So it's a season of growth for me. And so this growth has been interconnected with my hair, with me growing my locks. Like right now, I clearly need them done. I'm getting them done next Wednesday. Do not trip. Let's focus on what the video is about and not my locks. But it's different. Like, I feel like I just can't go in there and be like, okay, just cut them off and then I'm gonna be cool. Like, I was freaking out about how to save my hair. So, and not freaking out to her, I was like, okay, because I've been trying to decide. If I can save it, I can save it. If I can't, obviously I can't. Like, I'll get them retwisted. I'll cut them off. They'll be clean. I'll bag them up. I'll save them, and I'll get them reinstalled. My hair reinstalled to my hair, right? That's like my plan. But we have a couple of things that we're going to try first. So when she told me, she was like, you could do cold cap therapy. So for those of you who may have never heard of cold cap therapy, because I hadn't prior to her sharing with me that would be an option, what cold cap therapy is you, the patient, wearing this cold cap during chemo. So I would have to put this cold cap of dry ice on my head to keep my scalp cold so that the chemotherapy drugs won't get into the hair follicles. It's some people say it's a 50-50 success rate, contingent upon the type of hair you have, how thick it is, how coarse it is. Someone said that a friend of theirs, because I'm a researcher, someone said that a friend of theirs did it and she was very successful, never lost her hair. Another young lady said she did it personally, was very successful. But where she lost me at was that she would take Tylenol a couple times throughout the therapy while the cap was on to prevent herself from having headaches because your scalp is so cold. It's probably not for me. And then another place that they lost me was when they said that the cap would have to be changed every 15 minutes. So I'm going to be sitting there having chemo for 3 hours, and I got to remember to change this cap every 15 minutes. Baby, honey, let me tell you something. I had to get my mind right all the way real quick. Like, honey, you got hair that grow. Thank you, God, because it's going to have to go. If it's going to go, it's just going to have to go. Because I don't think that I have the mental capacity or the patience to handle trying to change this cap out every 15 minutes for 3 hours. I just cannot see me doing that, and then trying to take Tylenol to prevent headaches when I already got to take all these other medications to prevent nausea, and then I have to have my ovary suppression shot, and I got then I have to have my Neulasta. No, y'all. I just decided that I just can't do it. And like at first for me, it was like I don't want my hair to fall out, because to me, like, that's the one thing that I feel like I can control. Right throughout this whole process, like I couldn't control having cancer. I could have, said I didn't want surgery, I guess. So that's something that I guess I could have controlled. But I felt like, at that point, having cancer, that was out of my control, because I want the cancer to be gone. So take them. I guess I could have controlled having whether or not, I wanted to have chemo or radiation. But like I said, I'm trying to live life, and I have a life to do. So whatever's going to prolong my life for as long as I can, I'm going to do that. So I felt like that wasn't in my control. But my hair is like the one thing that I feel like I can control. Like, that's why I do so much with it. I cut it, I color it, I grow it. I'm not into the weave and all of that, but I do things with my real hair. So for me, like, I had to really take a couple of days to like, okay, T, you have hair that grows. What makes it so different? And it was just the locks. It's just having locks. I'm just connected, y'all. So all in all, what I decided was I'm going to try this little remedy that my aunt, who is a stylist and has been a stylist my whole life and prior to, I'm going to try a remedy from that she put together, and I'm not going to say what it is just yet, because I'm going to do a little video tomorrow morning prior to chemo, and I'll say what it is, and we're going to see if it works. Hopefully it works, but again, if it doesn't, I have a plan. Get my hair twisted, cut it off, save it, and then rock the shabaldi or whatever. So that's that. So I was sharing with my sister, and I know I told my dad earlier in conversation that I don't feel like, I guess, I can't say a typical cancer patient, because I know people who are really positive with, their cancer journey, and I know people that are really like, woe is me. So I can't say typical, but I sometimes, like, I think there's something wrong with me. Like, sometimes I think there's something wrong with me, because I'm so like, it is what it is. It is what it's going to be. And it takes more energy to be negative and focus on woe is me than it does to just, come on, like, let's get this done and be positive. And so I feel like, is there something wrong with me because I live like that? Like, first of all, everything's a joke to me. And if you've been watching my videos, we've talked about this. So I joke about not having cancer specifically, but I say something. I'm like, y'all know my sickly self, I can't. But when it's not to offend other people that have cancer, because I have cancer. We have cancer. If you got cancer and I got cancer, me making light of my situation shouldn't offend you. But, there's people that are easily offended by, everything. So there may be people that could, be easily offended by that. But I'm like, is there something wrong with me? Because I'm a part of, and I think this because I'm a part of a couple of different support groups. And I read, like, when we're talking about our diagnosis and or we're talking about, you know, our journey and where we are in our journey and what our next steps are. When we're talking about this, I'm not the one that's sad. So I was thinking about this today too, because I got my first fill today, first little fill up, and I was reading in the group where someone was saying, we were in conversation about mastectomies, and then the conversation carried into not having a cycle while undergoing chemotherapy treatments. And one of the women said, I feel like cancer is taking everything about me that makes me feminine. I'm really grieving the loss of my breast. I'm really grieving the fact that I don't have a cycle. I was like, well, I can't relate to that because number one, before cancer, they could have taken before cancer, years ago, they could have taken every operation, you know, every system that would give me a cycle. And then I'm like, what is wrong with you? Because then it starts making me think, like, is this something that I should be sad about? Like, I don't know. This is my first time. So, like, should I be sad about this? Because I'm not. Like, even with getting a mastectomy, like, it was never, and not to say she shouldn't be sad about it. Let me clean that up before I go on, because y'all, if you know me, you know mental health is everything to me. So these are things that are bothering her mentally. Not saying that she shouldn't feel like that. She is entitled to feel however she feels. And I'm going to support my pink sister and how she feels. And I'm going to empathize with her, because that is sad that she feels that way. And I do really feel for her. But for me personally, just me personally, I'm not sad about these things. Number one, because to me, appendages and my reproductive system having a cycle doesn't define feminism to me personally. Me, again, this is me. Do not misuse my words and take them and run with them. To me personally, body parts, first of all, I don't allow men to objectify me by body parts, breasts, but I don't never cared about none of that. You know, if a man's going to talk to you, he's going to talk to you. If you don't like men, if a woman's going to talk to you, a woman's going to talk to you, whatever. Whoever's attracted to you and whoever you attract and whoever you're attracted to, they're going to talk to people like what they like. So I've never allowed people to objectify me by my body parts. That was never definitive for me, but my feminism isn't tied up in my body parts and my reproductive system. I feel feminine. I feel like a woman every day when I wake up. And I think that for me, just looking at my scars every day is not something I'm sad about. It's just something that I'm in warrior mode right now. I am literally at war right now. And these are war wounds. So when I look at my scars, it's a sense of pride that I feel personally. And I'm proud of myself for my own bravery to stand up and speak out for myself and say, listen, don't just take one, take both of them. So then that way we don't even have to think about a chance of recurrence, or we can limit that the best way that we medically can. And so I guess that's just the outlook that I have, and I have had throughout this whole journey, that I'm not connected to things because my life is so much more important than what's attached to me. So I think a lot, like, is there something wrong with me? Like, am I supposed to be, sad about this? And sometimes I just don't feel like, it's like, oh, I didn't get like the worst case scenario. Cancer is still cancer. Chemo is still chemo. Cancer, regardless, is no walk in the park. My doctor already told me chemo is not going to be a walk in the park. And not that I expect it to be or expect this journey to be. And it's hard. And yes, there are days I have very minimal, But I have like a 99.17 percentage rate of like good days. But then there's that small percentage where sometimes I'm like, oh my God, this really sucks. This is stupid. Everything is stupid. But it's just like that. It's no tears, it's none of that. It's just like, this is stupid. Like, why am I going through this? But then it's like, why not me, right? So sometimes I think like, is there something wrong with me? Because I'm not. And I even started, so I got my fill up today. And on the way there, I was like, man, I actually low key, mid key, like the flat look. Like I was cool with that. But by the time I realized that I liked that look, see, I've always gone like against the grain. And by the time I realized that I liked the flat look, like I was cool with it, it was Sunday when I realized it. So obviously my expanders was already in and had been in. So it was like one of them, no point, you can't go back. They're already there. Might as well continue on and commit to reconstruction. But again, make jokes out of everything and I really feel like that. Though I really did like the flat look. I was cool with it. But I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like, am I supposed to be sad about something? Like, am I supposed to, I don't know. But I'm really positive about this, y'all. And somebody asked me, like, are you really, like, positive about your cancer as you seem to be? And I'm like, I don't put on airs and facades for anybody. Like, I'm really good. I'm not good with the fact that I have cancer. Who wants cancer? Like, I didn't ask for this, but I'm really good. Like, I'm really, really good. T strong.